Tonight, shack photos from all around the world, submitted during the summer of 2015. Here's Randy, K7AGE, operating from a portable shack at the Oshkosh, Wisconsin Airshow Campground. He's checking into the D-Star net. Sarah, KM4GMT, wanted her dad, Van, to take a picture of her with Al, K1LTJ. Here's the result. Wichita's W0VFW Radio Club displayed antique military radios at the 28th Annual Kansas Veterans and Family Reunion at El Dorado State Park in July. Roger Klingman, K0RMK, brought the radios from his extensive collection. The Providence, Rhode Island Emergency Management Association operated 2 Foxtrot from this shack during a field day. Here, Matt, W1BSN, keeps logs for Marissa, operating the GOTA station. Well, Dan, WA5CYR, has reorganized and rewired his shack. Here's the result. Ed, WX4ED, in Griffin, Georgia, sent us this picture of his ICOM 720 and auxiliary equipment. He's pastor of the First Baptist Church in Zebulon, Georgia, and enjoys both 20 and 40 meters. Jared, K2YSO, sent us this photo of 4 generations of hams operating at the Chautauqua Amateur Radio Service Club of Jamestown, New York. Jared is standing. Seated left to right are Terry, W2REA, Michael, W2MKF, and Larry, KB2ESY. Here's Jared operating at W2REA during the April 2015 Rookie Roundup. He won first place in the 2 call area. Dan, WA5CYR in Tupelo, sent us this impressive picture showing what it takes to mount a full-size 80-meter beam. Well, Don, AE5DW, has a nice shack in Picayune, Louisiana, but you can't see it during the Ham Nation broadcast. Here's a wide view and a close-up of that nice ICOM IC7600. Dan, W5FRT, sent us a photo after he met George at the Huntsville Ham Fest. And proud dad Mike, K0IKZ, sent this photo of his son Anthony, KE0CEJ. Anthony was listening for Gordo on 10 meters using his IC7200. Anthony is 13 years old. Scott, W8CQD, sent us a photo of his modest shack, which he uses mainly on the digital modes. He mostly sticks with JT65, but does some sideband and local repeater work. Walt, W3DDT, has a nice shack in Jackson, Tennessee. He's especially proud of his clean sweep in the Ham Nation Bicentennial Broadcast Special event and has it framed alongside his DX Century Club Award. Walt also made the trip to Huntsville. Here he poses for a photo with Young Ham of the Year Anna, W0ANT. And if you have a chance to work him, you'll receive an interesting QSL card. His call sign reflects his work with the famous insecticide. Ray Novak, N9JA, sent us this photo after he attended the Department of Homeland Security APCO 2015 conference. The famous Goonie Bird radios played a prominent part in the agency's history. Well, Al, K1LTJ, went on a 12-day Caribbean cruise. Unfortunately, he didn't know before he departed Danbury that Carnival would have let him operate from the stateroom aft aboard the Splendor. If you're going to cruise on Carnival, check it out. Ham radios are welcome. Randy, K1AGE, set up shop outside on the deck to pursue the meteors during the recent shower. Here's his setup complete with video camera. Jim, AC0KN, sent us photos of the Santa Fe Trail Amateur Radio Club operation at KS0KS, the bonus station during the Kansas QSO party. Here's Bob, KC0TZX, in the hot seat. And Dell, operating digital at KS0KS. And speaking of a small world, Scott worked N3FJP, the author of the logging program they were using during the QSO party. Meanwhile, Robert K0RU and John N0EI activated many Kansas counties, operating as November Zero Tango during the QSO party from Rob's mobile station. Well, Dennis, W1WV, was so impressed with the coverage of AM radio earlier this month that he sent us photos of his AM shack. The National NC300 receivers in the middle. Here's the Barker and Williamson 5100 Dennis uses, and the Johnson Viking Ranger. Dennis has been a ham for 27 years. He was first licensed back in 1988. He restored all of the rigs shown here. And here's a photo of the rig operated by William, DJ0FBU, from his shack in Germany. Roger, KE4BFG, one of the 40-meter post-show net regulars, sent us this shot of him operating and a closer view of his equipment in Cosby, Tennessee. Barry, K2OWK, who's been a ham since 1954, celebrated his 75th birthday in Tupelo earlier this month. So Dan, WA5CYR, sent us a few photos. Here's Barry's shack. Barry is one of the 4 net controls on the Northeast Mississippi Severe Weather Net and vice president of the Tupelo Amateur Radio Club. When he's not on the radio, he enjoys riding his motorcycle and his cat, BW. And last but not least, George, KB0HVB, is in the beginning stage of his ham radio career. He's still building the Dream Shack, but in the meantime, he's anxious to get on the air and, weather permitting, operates from what he calls his alfresco setup on the back deck. Nice. And that's it for this issue of Show Me Your Shack. Remember to send your shack photos to hamnationvideos@twit.tv.